Hey everybody, it's Christina Quick, the Tarot Biz Mentor from the Profitable Psychic Business and Divination Academy. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about the end of 2019. We're going to talk about some of the things, some of the lessons that I learned in 2019. We're also going to talk about some of the things that are coming up for 2020. We've got some great events lined up that I'm going to share with you. Also, we're going to be giving away our raffle winner prizes today. So some of you, the winners already kind of know that they won, but I would love to share that with everybody. And I haven't announced who's going to win over $200 worth of prizes from my own academy. So I'm excited to be here with you guys today. How have you guys really liked the 12 Days of Christmas? Wasn't it a lot of fun? Did you guys get a lot out of that? It is always such a blast to do it. I really loved the two workshops that I gave. I talked about the Norse and Celtic, the Germanic origins of Yule and Christmas. We talked about that. And then we also talked about the art of intuitive storytelling, and people really, really liked that one. So I'm excited. And I also got some great ideas about, some content that I'm going to be hitting you guys up with in January. A lot of you are talking about how you really want trainings on tarot cards and how to read tarot cards and how to be more of a tarot facilitator. So I'm really excited to share that information with you. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Erica. Good to see you guys. Hey, Frank. Good to see you. Hi, Australia. Hi, Jessica. Great to see you guys. So before we get started, before we get into this, I'm going to be very respectful and mindful of your time today. I have some information to share, and then I have to get busy. I have to get back to work because I have a whole list of things that I need to do before the end of tomorrow, basically, to make sure that the new group is launched right and everything like that. Me and the mod team are we're working hard for you guys, putting everything together, getting our collaboration scheduled and stuff like that. So we have a lot of exciting things coming up in January. So stay tuned for that. So before we get started, I'll talk to you guys about what's coming up in January. So there's two major events that you need to be aware of for January, and these are the two main things that you need to know about. So first, we are going to be doing the 31-day spiritual business divination challenge. Again, I do this every single year, every January. This will be our second year, I believe, that we're doing this. And you can do this challenge along with us, and it's completely free to attend. It's free to participate. And all you have to do is you just pick out a tarot deck or an oracle card deck or a divination system of some kind, and you can just pick that out and then you can use that. Or you can even mix match. Like you can do tarot one day and do oracle cards the next day, or if you want to do runes, or if you want to use Lenormand, you can do whatever you want. You can Mod Podge it, or you can stick to one deck. This is a great opportunity. Like if you have one of those really nice higher end indie decks that like you don't really you want to use a lot, but you still want to use it, this is a good opportunity to use those kinds of decks for this purpose. So we will be starting that on January 1st, and the new group, the Profitable Psychic group, is going to be opening January 1st. So we will be opening Wednesday. A lot of you have been messaging me that you've put in your applications to join, and you're like, why haven't you added me? Is something wrong? Or I know even some people were like, am I not worthy? And it's nothing like that. We're just waiting for January 1st to roll around because we have some major big events that are going to be like the celebratory reopening of the Profitable Psychic group. And if you're just now kind of figuring out that there's going to be a new group, I'll talk about that here in a little bit after we get through the raffle winners. And so every single day, what I will do is I will release a prompt, and it's going to be in the form of a picture, and it will be a question. And there's going to be 31 different prompts. Now, I highly encourage you to take pictures of your spreads and to post them on your social media, because it's a great way. Like if you don't really know what kind of content to put out and you're like, I don't really know what to do, like this is a really great way to just show up and put something out, And then you can follow me on Instagram, the Tarot Biz Mentor, and there's going to be links and down below and everything like that. So don't worry about that right now. But, or you can do it on Instagram, and there is an @ symbol with my name so you can tag me and so I can see what you're posting. And also there's going to be a official hashtag. So if you wanted to type in that official hashtag on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and people are using that hashtag, then you can kind of read through everybody else's submissions. And it's just kind of a cool way to meet some new people, to connect with some people, to kind of maybe see what kind of decks they're using and get some inspiration, or maybe even like if they're using a deck that you use and they've got like a totally different meaning for a certain card, it's kind of cool to just be able to read other people's, interpretations of cards, even though we all kind of work with similar decks. But there will also be a private forum. So in the new group, the Profitable Psychic group, there is in the unit section going to be a section where one, you have all 31 days of prompts. So if you miss one, you can kind of go back to that. Or if you are someone who's really busy and you want to do like one or two prompts in like one day, and then you have something that you're doing on the other side like the next day, and then like you want to be able to do a couple at a time. So I have it set up that way. Also, every day that I post in the group the new thread, I will pin it to the unit section so you can go back and everybody can comment on that. And so we have that one dedicated space. Like if you're someone who doesn't really want to share this challenge outside of the group, and you want a little bit more like privacy, that's why I've created it like this. So you can have the privacy that you need and we can all kind of talk about it in one designated space that it's easy to find. But yeah, you can use whatever tarot deck, oracle card deck that you want. I'm going to be using the Divine Feminine Oracle by Meg Watterson. It's kind of like the Colette Baron Reid Goddess Oracle, but in my opinion, it's better. Like this is a better, more grown up, more mature version of that deck. Hey Susie, hey Freya, hey Nicole, good to see you. Susie says, great seeing you live, good seeing you. Jessica, I love tarot challenges, I have a new deck in mind. Awesome. So yeah, so grab, or if you have it, like if you were someone who got a bunch of tarot decks for Christmas and that's like your thing, then this is a good opportunity to kind of learn how to use them. But yeah, I'm going to be using the Divine Feminine Oracle by Meg Watterson, and it's, I really want to connect to my Divine Feminine this year. So I'm going to do something that I haven't done, and I've never used an Oracle deck for this challenge. So I'm going to do that this year. Now, the next important event that we have going on is that's going to begin January 1st. It's going to begin the day that we open the group, is that we are going to be starting a book club. And that's going to be one of the amenities, one of the features in the new group that we do to kind of help foster connection and get to know one another and have something in common that we can kind of get together and talk about. So we will be starting that. And yes, you guessed it, we'll be doing that in the new Profitable Psychic group. We will be starting with Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. It's about creative living beyond fear. And there is 6 chapters in this. And I think they're like about 20 to 30 pages long. And the text is pretty big. So, I mean, it's not going to take very long to get through this. But what we're going to end up doing is we're going to take 3 whole months to get through this book. So if you're someone that's a slow reader, then you're going to have plenty of time to get through this book. I am a slow reader as well. Like I can sit and read a book really fast, but if you ask me anything about that book, I kind of don't remember. So if I sit down and I really take my time with it, then it kind of sticks a little bit better, if that makes sense. Hey Freya, good morning. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. Freya said she did her Mystical Shaman Oracle by the Colette Baron Reid one. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, that was a good one. Hey, Anya, good to see you. Good to see you. So we'll be starting that. We're going to be doing Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Even if you've already read it, I bought this book probably like a year or two ago, and I just never got into it. I just never really had the time. One of my big resolutions for 2020 is I want to start reading books more, because I used to read books all the time, and then I just have gotten so busy that creating my own content that I haven't really like watched other people's content, That's like one of the things that you'll notice about yourself. Like when you're really in alignment, you stop absorbing other people's content more and you start creating your own content. So that's one of the keys to knowing when you are in alignment and when you aren't in alignment, right? And so we'll have a dedicated space where in the unit section again, and this is going to be, we're going to do 4 books next year. We're going to probably do You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. That'll be next. That'll be the second quarter book. But there's little sections, like I've broken it down into chapters. So like there's one thread for chapter 1, another thread for chapter 2. And basically it's just a space where we can go and we can talk about like if you have like a really favorite quote in here, or if you have like an insight or like a revelation about something, or you get really inspired, by something that was in this book, or you had like an aha kind of light bulb type of moment, that's where we can all kind of post and talk about like what we learned from the book, what we've gotten from it, and especially if we disagree with something in the book, that's just as important too, right? And so it gives us a place where we can kind of discuss that. And I hope that you will enjoy the book clubs, and I hope that that's something that it's something that I used to do. In fact, I used to do book clubs like way back when, and they were all basically I used to run a Dorian Virtue book club. That's kind of can't happen anymore for obvious reasons. So I'm going to bring back the book clubs, but we're going to do a little bit more of a grown-up type of book club where it's like more books based on, self-development, business, money, just transcending fear, becoming more courageous. We'll probably be reading some Brene Brown and, some other kind of books like that. Hey, Pamela. So he says we can do the audio version, right? Absolutely. If you have an account with Audible or you prefer audiobooks, get the audio version. I'll try to pick out books that are definitely going to be like on audio. Like I will make it a point to look for books that are on audio because I'm actually the same way. When I'm driving or when I'm working on like writing or something like that or doing graphic design, I just really like to listen to books as well. So I have audio for my husband, Audible for my husband. And so that's actually a really good idea. Maybe I should get one for myself too. Hey, Mario, good to see you. Hey, Kimberly, good to see you. Great idea for the chapters of a book. Thanks. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy that. Those are the two major events. Those are the two major ways that we can kind of work together in 2020 in the new group and to kind of get the engagement going back up in the group. And I will start adding people tomorrow night. If I recall correctly, I think there's about 60 people that are waiting to get into the new group. So we have a pretty good, healthy number. I would love for us to get 100. If we can get 100 in that first like 48 hours, that would be amazing. So I will get you guys the link to the group, and I would love it if you tell your friends about it, invite them. I already have an event on my Facebook business page that you can share, Christina Quick the Profitable Psychic, my Facebook business page. I already have an event for the 31-day spiritual business challenge that you can share. I will create one today for the Big Magic event. And that way you can kind of share it with your friends, share it on your timelines, share it on your social media, and invite your friends to hang out in the new group and do these events with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, so you guys excited about that? Let me know. Erica says, love Brene Brown. I do too. Mario says, love the book group idea. Thank you. Kimberly says, exciting. Okay, so you guys like that. Good. And before we get into the raffle winners, we're going to get into that here in just a second. But I kind of wanted to preface like what today's live stream is going to be about. Like I said, I'm going to be really respectful of your time. I'm not going to take up too much of it. But I do want to kind of talk about some of the things that I've been going through and what has kind of prompted this whole like group split down the middle. So if you just came in for the 12 days of Christmas, you're probably new to us and you're probably like, what's going on? Because you don't really know. But so I've run this community now for 4 years, and it was always intended to be some sort of like marketing or business support for heart-centered entrepreneurs. That's always been the main theme. Well, a couple years ago, I got involved with a crowd, a clique of women who then I started doing like psychic hotline stuff with, and it just kind of blew up, right? Like I did those live streams and those trainings with my friends at the time, and I just did it for fun, and I had no idea that it was going to blow up to the extent that it does, and most people recognize me as a psychic hotline lady now, and that's great, and I love being the psychic hotline lady, but 2019 was just an interesting year for me. Very interesting. It was one of the best financial years that I ever had. I met and reached my 2019 annual income goal in September. So that was pretty dramatic for me. I still had a whole quarter of the year left that I could have, exceeded that. And I did exceed that. But I did something that was a little bit more important to me, and that's just taking some massive time off. I've been doing this full time for 7 years now, And this is the first time that I've been able to just take a lot of time off. And it doesn't appear that I'm taking time off, but if you know me and you are in my programs and you're in all of my programs and like you're kind of like on the inner circle part of like my social media groups and things like that. You know that like I never take time off. Like I'm always here Monday, Wednesday, Friday from sun up to sundown. And that was a big thing for me because I used to work 5 days a week and now I'm down to three. And in 2020, I really want to go down to like half days, and I even want to work even less than that. And so what I originally wanted to set out to do is create a whole passive income where, I'm only showing up for the things that I want to show up and I don't have to do any of the busy work. You guys know what I mean by that, right? Like finding clients or, like managing communities and things like that. Like that's all well and good and that's all fun and that's all things that I like to do, but I want that to be things that I do kind of like on my own time and not something that's like not something that like there has to be a financial gain in order for there to be there. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody or anybody's like relates to that at all or resonates with that at all, but I really just wanted this last quarter of this year of 2019, especially as we head into the next decade. For me, for myself, I just wanted to give myself for Christmas and my birthday the gift of just some much needed time off. And to kind of reflect on where I want to be in 2020, what direction I want to steer this business, the Profitable Psychic. It's growing every single day exponentially. And it's almost to the point where it's almost difficult to kind of keep up with now. I'm realizing that I can't do this all by myself all the time moving forward, especially if I want to start making over $100,000 a year. So I've been working, me and Susie have been talking about this too. I've been really working on my trust issues. I'm a little bit of a control freak. And so that's something that I have to work on. I have to work on in hiring more people on my team, and I have to really work on relinquishing control and just having faith that other people can help me do it just as good as I would have done it, Makes sense. Yeah. Freya says she's awake before the sun comes up. I am. I get up at about 5 o'clock every single morning and I don't go to bed till about midnight. Susie says, I'm in the same boat. I'm shifting my biz and my group big time. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people are doing this right now. Hey, Marissa. Frain says, sounds like financial freedom. And, Frain, that actually hits it right on the head. That's exactly what it is because, I talk all the time about building a business that supports your lifestyle, right? But, you at some point you have to let go. Some point you have to just stop with the busy work, stop with the stuff that's like, worrying about when the paycheck or where the paycheck is going to come in or how the bills are going to be paid, because everybody thinks that, oh yeah, you make $100,000 a year and you're rich. And that's really not how it is. And in fact, it's this kind of statement, more money, more problems, is kind of true. And that, yes, so you make a lot of money in your business, but you also have to hire a team. It gets more expensive in software and, just stuff like payroll and your taxes and your accountant. And there's just so much that really goes into it. Pamela says that was my gift to myself too. No stress. I love that, Pamela. I love that. Hey, Mario, he says, big step. Yeah, it's a really big step for me. And so this year was just about like letting Jesus take the wheel. You know what I mean? Like that song, just kind of letting it go and just seeing what happens if I just step away. So in a lot of ways, it was kind of like an experiment for me to see like, okay, is it all going to come crashing down like a tower moment if I step away and I just start to take some time for myself? And, in my personal life, right? Like in my personal life. So it was a good financial business year. In my personal life, it was kind of a rocky year for me. And it wasn't rocky for like me on an internal level. It was really rocky for me on an external level, meaning there was external influences that were really, I let a lot of people go. I let a lot of people go and I let a lot of things go, mainly people though. But with letting people go, there was some old ideas about what success meant and some old stories that I was kind of hanging on to, and mainly traumas. And I don't know if you guys know what trauma bonding is. Does everybody know what trauma bonding is? Nicole says, I'm on the lines when I wake up, when I go to bed. I need to set up a passive income business because I can already see burnout in my future. Yes, ma'am. It is true. I mean, you could probably do this for about 3 years like I did, and then you just kind of have to, Start setting up your Etsy store, Nicole. Start getting that set up now. Start looking at getting that set up now, because one day you're going to wake up and you're not going to want to log in, and you're going to need to make grocery money. And so you need something else for you. So start up with your Etsy store right now. Yeah. So, what I realized is that I was surrounding myself with people that I was trauma bonding with. And that was a really stark realization for me personally. And I was involved in certain cliques, and there are cliques in this industry. I was involved in certain groups of people, and I kind of had that revelation that I would have to exit from some of these groups, and they were professional groups too, even if it meant retaliation, and it did. And I'm still working on recovering from that. I mean, there were like false copyright claims and some hexing and cursing and stuff like that being thrown around. So I kind of had to up my spiritual, psychic, and my business protection, legal protection, and things like that. But trauma bonding in and of itself is not a problem necessarily. It's not necessarily a problem, especially in some various forms of like circle healing groups, or like if you're in AA or some type of like support group or something like that. When it's on like a short-term basis and you know that there's a clear beginning and a clear end, that is healthy. But I was in it for 4 years, and I just, after what happened, the major thing that happened with those people last October, I just, I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it. I had to cut the cord, and I had to be strong, and I had to kind of rewrite my narrative and figure out my identity for myself, and figure out what that future was for my business and myself that didn't involve them and didn't involve what I had spent so much time and energy on with them, and also time and energy healing on myself, if that makes sense. Pamela says, I think it was a year for everyone. Right. Okay, Frayne doesn't know. Erica does. Hi, Leonie. Good to see you. Hi, Queen. Freya, I think I know. Trauma bonds are strong. It's great that you're able to release the toxic people. I will work on Etsy. Thanks. Yes, you're welcome. Pamela says, oh, trauma bonding. I like that phrase. That just to find someone I'm trying to let go. Well, someone's in my head. Hey, Sheena, good to see you. Lisa says, I'm glad you broke free. Thank you. Nicole says, yikes, that people are manifesting negative for themselves big time. I feel bad for them. Lots of problems with pointing negative energy at others. And that's when I started to realize, when it started becoming like a campaign against certain things, that's when I started to realize, okay, I'm just basically hanging out with a bunch of mean girls. And I've never been a mean girl. I've always been the type of person to root for the underdog, Mario says, well, you know what, it takes a lot of work and a personal empowerment to separate from that. It does. And, and I had to kind of step out on my own and be by myself. And I'm sorry to be kind of vague about it, but there are still some legal issues that I can't really discuss about it much, but I'm on the other end of that now. I finally am on the end of that now. And I'm starting to like come into myself, and I have found peace. I really have. I have found such an intense, profound peace within myself. And I think that's why I wanted to take so much time for myself and just kind of like take this last part of this year off and just be in the dark half of the year with myself, be in my shadow, and just be in a period of rediscovery. And because for the first time in a couple years after leaving the people and situations, leaving them in the past where they belong, I finally felt like the freedom to really come into my own person, if that makes sense. Like stepping into who I am without the buffers around me. And it was definitely another cast to my divine life purpose awakening. I actually started out as a divine life purpose coach, and then I got kind of derailed and started doing some other things. And so this year, you've probably noticed I've started talking about divine life purpose. I've started talking about spiritual coaching. I've started talking about those things again, because I had gotten kind of sidetracked. But I made it a point to get back to that life purpose coaching, because I really want to help people who are tarot readers or psychic readers. I really want to help you learn how to coach people. And I want to help you learn how to get out of the $25 tarot reading racket. Like, I want you to start charging $200 an hour. I want you to start selling 1K, 3K, 5K, 10K coaching packages. I want you to, figure out like who you are without this label of just being a tarot reader, And so for me, this year has been kind of like a reunion. It's almost kind of like an awkward reunion going back to your high school or something like that. But it's kind of like that. And it's getting to know myself again after, shoving down some things for a little while. And I just thank you for hearing that. I thank you for witnessing that change with me. And I know it kind of on the outside, it probably looked like I was maybe like, I don't even know. I don't even want to put like words in anybody's mouth or mind about it, but I know a lot of you were concerned about me, and I know a lot of you were like, what is she doing? Is she coming back? Like, what is going on here? And so I've actually been thinking about where I want to take the brand and where I want to take Profitable Psychic. And I feel in a lot of ways that I am really craving like this more mature energy in my life, an energy that's reliable and dependable. You know what I mean? Like, and that's all kind of comes back to surrounding myself with people that I know I can rely and depend on. That's a really big part of the trust thing for me. And so to be able to host that energy, I also have to give that energy off. That's the law of attraction. That's manifestation in a nutshell. And I've also found that now that I've hit my like mid 30s now, I'm starting to really create and crave this maturity, this mature energy around me. And that's basically, where I'm at with my rebranding, and what I've been kind of going through. And there's some things that I'm going to talk about, like why I changed the group and things like that. But I want to do the raffle winners first before we get into that, because I know some of you don't have a lot of time and you're just kind of hanging out here for the raffle winners. Freya says 2019 was a very difficult year. A lot happened that needed to be left behind. It was. And yeah, 2019, end of a cycle for sure, Mario. Okay, Sheena, she says she might be in and out. Leonie says, hi, lovelies. Hi, lovely. Nicole says, we don't need the tea. It's good you don't even have the urge to share anything. It's past and you're already moving forward. Release the messy people. And that's kind of, yeah. And that's how I feel too, for sure. I really feel strong moving forward. And I really feel like, what would be the point of just rehashing it? It's already done. Pamela says, I've been moving forward, but my trauma bonder wants me to stay down. I so get it. I shut away people and things too until I can figure it out. And there's a healthy part of that. So, as long as you recognize that it's a problem, even though if you don't know exactly how you're going to get out of that situation, but it's just about witnessing it, understanding what the dysfunction is, and then making plans to exit out of that. Mario says, are you my twin? I think we're soulmates, Mario. I really do. I really think that we're soulmates. I really feel that connection with you. Pamela says, exactly. Sometimes you just have to back away to take a good look at the picture. Right. Jessica says, this was a very important tower year collectively. Thanks to you, I was able to quit my teaching job and get back to my true self and healing. That was such a fear for me for so long, and now I can say I'm truly happy. I'm very glad for you. I'm very happy for you. And Jessica, I only see good things to come. Pamela says, that's how I feel. Onward and upward. Right. Exactly. Okay, so are you guys ready to do the raffle giveaway? All right, so I have some notes here. Let me copy and paste them. I'm going to do mine last. So Emily Muniz, she did the How to Create a Tarot Spell workshop. You guys remember that? She gifted a brand new tarot deck valued at over $75, and it's not even mass marketed yet. That's the really cool thing. And Lynn Heisler won the drawing for that. So congratulations, Lynn. If you haven't already gotten with Emily to get your tarot deck, go ahead and message her today and get with her to get that. Hey, Marla, good to see you. All right. So we also had Marissa Lovett. Well, Marissa did an awesome workshop, and she talked about shamanic dreaming and working and protecting yourself in the dream space. Marissa she's raffling off a half-hour Zoom session, and she's going to raffle off one of her private workshops that are valued at over $100. That's a really good deal. So Jessica Larkin has won the half-hour Zoom session, and Lynn, I think you should probably go buy a lottery ticket because you also won the private workshop with Marissa. You can pick out any one of her Patreon-only videos. Congratulations. All right, Mario has raffled off a really cool spooky witchy box, and it has incense in it, and I think it's custom made, right? Is it your custom made incense, Mario? And then also there is a book on ancestral veneration And there is the Ghost Tarot deck, and that's valued at over $50. And Mario's winner is Erica Alvarado. Erica Alvarado, congratulations, Erica. Go ahead and get with Mario, you guys. Get with your people and to claim your gifts. Now, Therese Hart, she also raffled off a custom-made 10-minute grounding and orienting guided meditation that's valued over at $50. I have to get with Therese because she didn't give me the last name of the person. So, and there's multiple people with the first name. So I will come back to that. But there's someone else that won a guided meditation. So congrats to you. I'm not sure who you are yet, but I will follow up on that with you guys. And I am giving away any workshop $100 or under, $100, yeah, $100 or under. And I will be picking two people. And the people that I chose are Angela McCarthy Henry and Alicia Maitzerner. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. So congratulations. Get with me. Hey, Jocelyn, good to see you. Get with me, Angela and Alicia. Thank you so much for your submissions on the threads. And I will get with you. Give me till Friday to get everything situated because I'm gonna have to put everything into a PDF to send it to you. But yeah, you guys can pick out anything $100 or under, one workshop a piece. And so yeah, congratulations, you guys. It was a lot of fun to do the raffle giveaway. And I hope that everybody was a winner. Everybody walked away with something great. Everybody got gifts from all of the workshops. So we will be doing this again this next year. We'll be doing the 12 Days of Christmas and we will be doing the Summer of Magic. So join us back for the Summer of Magic. We will be doing Angels, Ancestors, and Extended Masters. That will be our theme for the Summer of Magic. We will be doing that in June. So mark that on your calendars. I'll have the event created here fairly soon. It's going to be a 1-week event, and we'll be giving more prizes away, and we'll be giving more gifts away and things like that. So everybody's a winner, but congratulations to everybody who won the raffles, and that's really awesome. Thank you guys so much, especially for our generous workshop presenters who offered these gifts for everybody. It's just really great, and thank you guys so much. All right. So let's get into, if you want to stay and listen to the rest and understand why I changed the group and why I set up two different groups, I'm just going to talk briefly about that. I don't expect us to be here for more than another 15, 20 minutes if you want to listen to this part, or you can come back to and listen to it later. But the first thing you're going to notice is that the name of the group that you're in right now has changed. It was the Profitable Psychic. It is now the Psychic Hotline School. And you guys will notice there's a new banner, there's new branding, new everything. I'm slowly kind of working on building up this group and adding more relevant unit sections for you guys. If you have any ideas, or if you have something that like, this would be a good idea, but we don't have it, like just get with me and let me know what your idea is. I did this because it was becoming increasingly clear that I needed to separate both groups. Because groups online, hosting a group is a lot like hosting a sacred space. It takes energy, it takes time, it takes commitment. There's a lot that goes into running a community, especially a community of over 1,000 people. I think we're almost at like 1,500 people or so. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people coming in and out every single day. And so there's going to be two different groups. There's going to be one group, which is the Psychic Hotline School, which is all Psychic Hotline chat, nothing else. It's just going to be Psychic Hotline chat and maybe some divination chat and stuff like that. But it's mainly going to be Psychic Hotline chat. And this is for people that want to get started on the Psychic Hotlines, right? And so the people who want to get off the Psychic Hotlines, or that don't even want to work on the Psychic Hotlines and want to start their own coaching business, something along those lines. The people that want to start on the Psychic Hotlines and the people that want to start their own business or expand on their already successful business are at two very different stages in their lives and their businesses, and especially their energy. And so for me, I worked on the Psychic Hotlines full and part-time since like 2012 to 2016. I started my exodus, if you will, in 2013 when I started setting up my Etsy shop and started, starting up my own reading store on Facebook and things like that. And that's where I started kind of tapering myself off. Now it's completely optional. I don't have to log in. I can if I want to. And I usually just do for like Valentine's Day and Halloween, just because I know it's going to be busy and I know people are going to be there. So that's, for me now, it's optional. And there are lessons that I've had to learn. There were courses I had to buy. that I had to invest in thousands of dollars to get to this point. I had to do years and years of law of attraction practice and a lot of mindset work, like a really obnoxious amount of mindset work. And I'm always doing mindset work, right? But it's taken a lot of energy and time to get where I am right now and what my energy is right now. And the people that want to just work on the psychic hotlines and don't want to start their own business, 99% of the time, they're not going to be open to doing that. They're not going to be open to doing the mindset work and things like that because they just haven't, it's nothing personal. It's just that they haven't been on the path long enough. And what I find is that lately my content has been kind of like, it just hasn't been hitting as hard as usual. And I think it's because what's happening is people are coming into the group, what was the old Profitable Psychic group. They're coming into the group and they're seeing nothing but psychic hotlines, and then they're leaving because they don't think that I do anything else. But most of the time, it's 9 out of 10 times any type of post in the group as it is now is psychic hotline based. And I have a lot of clients, a lot of my higher end clients, they don't even want to be around it. They don't want to be around the psychic hotlines. They don't want to listen to it. They just don't, they've been there, they've done that. They don't want to go back to that point. And so I need to also respect that as well and see where I'm losing people because I'm catering to one dominant thing and not the thing that I really want to be coaching and helping people with. And, because they're looking to connect with people like me who are on a similar level with income level or energetic level or spiritual awareness level, money mindset level, that kind of stuff, And so with that being said, I am still going to create psychic hotline content, but now it's going to become integral to begin funneling students into the correct group. So that's going to be my big challenge for 2020 is figuring out how I'm going to market both groups and then filter people in where they actually belong, right? With that also said, I am going to be taking a little bit of a step back from the psychic hotline group, and my intention is to just really give you guys the reins and let you talk it out amongst yourself. I'll show you how to use the unit section so you can ask questions, so you can get help from people that are on the same psychic hotlines as you. And my intention for this group now is to kind of step back from it and just almost sort of act like I want to be more bipartisan about it. And what I mean by that is I want the psychic hotline group to become almost sort of like a union for you guys, where you guys can come in, you can speak honestly and frankly, and you can discuss policies. You can have a sense of empowerment about working the psychic hotlines, because the things that we know that are wrong with the psychic hotlines will not change unless there is a majority that elicits that change. Okay. So we are on the frontier of something incredible that nobody else has done. Nobody else has been brave enough to do. Nobody else has had the time or energy to put into this. As it stands right now, I don't make any money off of psychic hotline trainings. I might get a little ad revenue from the videos, but it's not much. It's like maybe a couple dollars a month at max, so it's nothing to write home about. I'm grateful for all of it. But at this time, I really see the psychic hotline group as more of a nonprofit organization. I see it turning into like a little bit of a union. And it means, so it's, I've also changed the name. So I think it's going to be a little bit more clear what we're about. And I think that what, some people were kind of confused about as they got into this group and they didn't really understand, like it was 4 psychic hotlines and, things like that. But it was, but it wasn't. And so I renamed it. So hopefully people who are wanting to talk about psychic hotlines, I want to see 5K people in this group by the end of 2020. And I think we can do it. I really do think that we can do it. I'm still going to be not using affiliate links. Now, I have to tell you that may change in the future, depending on how much energy and time I have to put into this. At this time, I can manage it and I don't have to make any money off of it to feel like I'm getting something out of it. However, that may change in the future, and I just want to be 100% transparent about that maybe I won't use affiliate links for the psychic hotlines, but I've been considering opening up an affiliate account with Amazon to, make some money off of like the decks and books and things like that I recommend all the time to you guys. So that's one way that I can, be financially supported by this without feeling like it's just a take kind of situation. And, I also think it'll be easier with the name change for people to find us. And really, I just want this to be a space where you can talk frankly. And I want this to be a space where you can talk about policies and changes and have some sort of solidarity, with one another. It also means that we are likely, Marissa says mindset work is huge along with energy work and candle magic. Yeah. Jessica Larkin. Oh, congratulations, Jessica. Thank you, Mario. Thank you. My goal is 5K a month this year. We can definitely do that, Pamela. That's just a couple people. That's just like a couple coaching packages and maybe some workshop sales. And maybe 1 or 2 days a month on the psychic hotlines. We can definitely do that. But one thing to be aware of, and this is where I really need your help. I really, really, really need your help. I need your help. I like this union, but are you going to select people or will time do a natural selection? Anybody can join as long as they're not a recruiter, not an affiliate, or not a staff of a psychic hotline. So, well, people can leave at any time, but I'm hoping that with the new profitable psychic group, the people that we're obviously going to see these numbers go down because there's going to be some people that don't want to do psychic hotlines and they're going to leave. But my hope is that they will see all the posts that I'm making about the new group and they will join us in the new group where it's going to be more like business, marketing, mindset, money mindset, things like that. So, I'm not selecting people they can stay or go. There's not going to be like a membership fee or anything like that. It's nothing that serious. But who knows where we're going to be in 5 years from now, So we're just kind of like figuring out what this really means, what is feasible. And the reality is that we're going to be making some waves. I already make a lot of waves, but people, and this is like I said, where I need your help. Because now we're more transparent about this being a psychic hotline group. We are going to have people come in with malicious intent. We're going to have people that are going to be like recruiters or affiliates that are going to come in and they're going to sing the sun, moon, and stars about a certain particular hotline, and they're going to try to drop their link and get you to join because they want to make a commission off of your sales and they think that they can make a quick buck. That's just the reality of it. That's the unfortunate reality of it, is that there's going to be a lot more sharks that are going to be drawn to this group. So where I really need your help is I need your help to help me watch links. Help me watch for staff. You guys are in these psychic hotline hosted groups that are hosted by the legitimate companies. If you notice a staff member from those groups in our group, tell me so I can kick them out. Your protection and your safety and your privacy is my number one concern for this group, and making sure that, like, my job, as I really see myself as the person who stands at the gate and protects the firewall, protects the perimeter. You know what I mean? So I will be creating more trainings and things like that. But I'm not really going to be doing a lot of coaching in the group. The group's going to be more for you guys. But like I said, it may change, but that's kind of like where I see that kind of going, if that makes sense. Add administrators. I'm going to talk to my mods about that, but at this moment, I'm not going to have any moderators or administrators because right now what we are doing, full transparency, we have me and Susie and Marissa and Chelsea. We all work for the psychic hotlines, and these are people. We did set up post approval, Damari. That's the major reason why that's a good idea, and it's because we set up post approval. And right now, me and some other people, some people that I've been working with for years now, who I consider my biz besties, we are in a secret group right now, and we are literally building up a library of all known staff members. We have recon going on in groups. We have people that are coming forward and giving us like screenshots and things like that of like staff members and people and full names of people that work for certain psychic hotlines and known recruiters and known affiliates. So we have a whole thread where we can check with one another and we can look in there and see if any of these people are showing up on our radar list. Yeah. So I want you to know that we are taking this very, very seriously. And our main priority is your privacy, and our second priority is your protection. So I hope that that's good. I hope you guys like these changes. I know it's a little bit difficult to kind of get used to, but I think in the end, I think that you're going to like this. I know it's kind of weird right now, but I think you're going to really like it. Psychic detectives, right. Good idea for that other private group you got going. Yeah. So there's that. And also, Facebook has changed it to where nobody can see who's in a group anymore unless you're friends with that person. And so you may want to consider not being friends with staff members. And that's just another thing that you might want to do to kind of protect yourself online. Now, talking about the new group. We open January 1st. I suspect it's going to be probably kind of quiet. I suspect that it's not going to be as active as this group, but the purpose of that group is to create more intentional connection. So it's going to be less about how many members are in there. I've always said this from the very beginning. I'd rather have a group of 100 members and know each person on an individual level than have a group of 1,000 people and not know who the heck any of you are and not have a relationship or a connection with you. So what you can really look forward to in the new group is being around people that want to get off the psychic hotlines or want to start their own business. But you can also look forward to more intimate live streams from me. I'm in the process of setting up a second home studio right now. I've taken out like a big credit loan. We're in the middle of redoing like the wallpaper. It's getting refurbished right now. That's going to be my second home office, and that's going to be my little live stream kind of area. And I'm really excited about it. It's going to take me a little while to get it all done because it's quite expensive. But yeah, so that's going to be exciting. I hope to see you guys in the new live stream room and the new studio. And it's a little bit more. It's like there's a big comfy couch in there. And there's it's just going to be more intimate. You know what I mean? It's going to be more like we're just kind of hanging out and just kind of talking. The other thing is, excuse me, we're going to get back to doing the heart-centered chats. I've kind of gotten away from these lately because I just haven't had the time or energy, but I'm going to start doing a weekly heart-centered chat thing where I put up a thread, ask a question, and we can just kind of talk about it. And we're probably going to spend for the first half of the year talking about psychic abilities and intuition and stuff like that. I really want to release more content that's related to divination and psychic abilities, but also mindset around success and business and money. But just overall, the new group is going to be a higher calibration of people, a higher vibration of people, a higher caliber of peers to be around. And I've already got content ready for first quarter. We're ready to go. Things are scheduled. I've been working really hard here in the background. We're going to start with a 31-day spiritual biz divination challenge. Then we'll also do the book club. That'll be first quarter. Then February, we're going to go right into self-love and self-worth mindset in February for Valentine's Day. And then we're going to go back into money mindset in March. We're going to play the money game. If you guys remember the money game from previous years, we're going to play that. We're going to also play some other law of attraction games to kind of help you raise your wealth and abundance vibration in your energy. And I'm also going to be spending more time creating YouTube content. So my goal is to start releasing at least 4 YouTube videos per month. And that's a very reasonable goal of 1 5 to 20 minute video per week that's already pre-scheduled and already just ready to go. And it's not a live stream. Dumari says, I can't wait to find my business buddy. So far I've been on a lonely journey. Well, you're going to be in the best one. Frain says, confirming, am I okay to join and work on a psychic hotline? Yes, of course. Frain, check out the unit section. I have 20 videos about working on the psychic hotlines. I also have spreadsheets, and there's a lot of stuff. Nicole says, I think as long as you aren't staff on a line worker, taking calls is fine. A lot of us are. Exactly. Pamela says, I can't wait to move so I can get dedicated office space and separate craft room. Yes, it really does make a difference. Yeah. Nicole says, you weren't kidding when you said 2020 was going to be popping. Yeah, it's going to be good, and I'm going to try my best to keep up with everybody. Mario says, I'm looking forward to moving up in energy. I'm ready for the new group. Thank you for listening. You're welcome. Yeah. So my content is going to be changing a little bit. So I'm going to be doing more of the intimate live streams. I would really like to live stream again on Mondays. I used to live stream every single Monday morning for motivation for the week. So I'm thinking that I'm going to hopefully get back to that. Maybe not every Monday, but I'm definitely going to do it maybe a couple times a month. And I'm also going to stop releasing the longer videos on YouTube. There's going to be some longer videos here and there, which are more the in-depth tutorials and things like that. But my goal is to cut my content time down to 5 to 20 minute videos and to just release more frequently. This is something you guys have been asking me for a lot. I know a lot of you like love to listen to my longer things, but I know a lot of you just wish you kind of had some shorter videos to kind of listen to here and there, just when you have a little bit of time. And so I'm going to be working on that. I'll be working on cutting my time down on some videos and coming out with some more hard hitting videos. Like it's just going to be, boom, 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 start to finish. It's just going to be value, 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 right? Not a lot of the fluff. And then we'll reserve kind of the live streams for more of like the conversational kind of stuff, kind of like we're doing today. I'm also going to be coming out with some more workshops. I know I used to do workshops all the time and you guys really love those. You can they're 2 hours long. Usually they're about $20, $22 to attend or so. And you can come in, you can do a live class with me for 2 hours. And right now I'm putting together a 3-month Lenormand divination course class. I'm not sure exactly when we're going to be launching it, but we're probably spring. I would think. I'm almost done with it, honestly. But it's going to be where you can come in and I'm going to teach you how to do medical Lenormand readings, past life Lenormand readings, and how to find lost objects and how to do psychic detective work with Lenormand. So it's probably going to be like $100. I think around $100 for all 3 classes. And you'll have the replays and you'll be able to come on and Zoom and you can ask me questions and we can kind of go through it together and things like that. And depending on how many people come to that, like if we only have like 10 people sign up, then we could even do a thing where we could all be on camera and like talk like we did in the psychic development circles. Just depends, if we have like 100 people sign up, then I can't really do it like that. But at the same time, it's going to be a lot of value and it's going to be a really great course that I'm working on. Now, I want to do more things like that. I want to do more interactive kind of classes with you guys. As some of you know, I was accepted into the YouTube Content Creation Partnership this year. And so I'm going to be spending a lot of time over there building up that audience and you're going to mostly see me on YouTube, the Facebook groups, and also Instagram. So that's where I'm going to be hanging out the most. And where I'm going to be putting a lot of my energy in because again, I'm really working on now building up that passive income model where I want to get that ad revenue. And I love the idea of YouTube and ad revenue because you guys can watch my content for free in most cases. And I also get paid for that as well. So it's like a win-win for everybody. Right. And so my goal for 2020 is to really get out of one-on-one. And I really want to go into education full time. Like that's something that I have been working on for such a long time. Hey, Julie, good to see you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Marissa. And so I really want to get more into education full time. I've been doing one-on-one for 13 years. I've been working one-on-one with people for 13 years. And I'm ready to just start exiting out of that. And I'm ready to start thinking about what is my global plan? How am I going to, I've affected about, I would say, I probably have an audience of about 10,000. I think that's a good healthy audience, but I want to make 1 million. I want to help 1 million people. So I'm now thinking about ways, my gears are turning, where I'm thinking about ways, how am I going to impact more people's lives? And how am I also going to, at the same time, keep continuing my income so that I can create awesome things for you guys. And so I can do more of my passion work, like having the business kind of run itself and having the business make its own money so that I can spend my time doing more of the nonprofit, doing more of the stuff that I really like to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a good deck. My Lenormand deck, the Learner's Lenormand deck. It's a really good one. I use it all the time. I kid you not. It's over here. I use it all the time. Also, did I show you guys a sneak peek of the, this is the Lenormand readings for health. They have the tree on the back and then they have like, a little snippet. That's going to be the next deck that we're going to be releasing. I'm also going to be releasing I want to get the decks done first before I release the course because I want to make sure that you guys can get the decks and the course at the same time. I'm also going to be doing a past life Lenormand deck, and I'm going to be doing a finding lost objects or psychic detective kind of work Lenormand deck. So you guys will have a deck for each specific purpose with key phrases and words and stuff like that on it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That's what you can kind of look forward to. Now, if you want to work with me on a more one-on-one kind of level, like I still am going to be running the Market Yourself as a Tarot Life Coach program. That's a 12 module training. It's $222. And it's you get a private group and you get feedback on all of your homework and you get to connect with the other people in there. And it's all about helping you market yourself as a spiritual life coach and helping you get into the spiritual life coaching niche. It talked about like the very first beginning, the very first three sessions are about mindset work and overcoming fear of success, fear of money, that sort of thing. And then we go into how to create content. And then we go into what kind of content that your clients are actually looking for. We do content creation calendars. We do how to construct stories, how to use storytelling in your business, in your brand. There's so much more. It's a huge course that's jam-packed of trainings. I think there's 25 hours of video, and I think the book was like 305 or 307 pages long or something like that, of journals and prompts and handouts and things that you can keep track of. It's like building your own business journal type of thing, your own business little book. And so we'll be doing that. And you will also, if you do join that program, you can come do the collaborations with us. So if you like the Summer of Magic or you like the 12 Days of Christmas and you're like, how can I do that? Then that's the way to get in. That's how you get your invitation to do that. And so you have enough time now. If you enrolled like literally this month or next month, you have enough time where you could, if you were really serious, you could get through most of the course and you can get through what you need to know. I think you need to know how to do an opt-in. You need to know how to come up with the content, and you need to create your live stream script. And I include a script and everything like that, template that you can use for your workshop and stuff like that. So if you want to work with me and you want to be part of like the more inner circle, that's how you get in. You get in through the Market Yourself as a Spiritual Life Coach course. I've also retired the Make Tarot Your Business Mentorship program this year. My goal for 2020 is to kind of look at that program. This is probably going to be my summer project, as I want to look at that program and I want to see what's in there, and I want to see how I can repackage that, because I know a lot of you need the content that's in there, and it's just kind of a struggle right now because it's all kind of like interlinked and kind of connected to one another, all kind of tangled into one another. So I may be re-releasing some of those workshops that I have in there, especially the Etsy for tarot readers. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting that one. Also how to start a group and how to host your online community. Those are two main things that I really want to focus on as far as repackaging up the Make Tarot Your Business Mentorship program and getting it into something that's a little bit more like bite-sized, that you guys can take little courses here and there and still get some of that content. Because that course changes lives. I just don't have a way to really sell it right now as it is. But at the same time, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to project too much, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see how that's going to happen. I'm also going to be doing more divination-based content. I'm really getting back into teaching tarot cards and getting back into teaching Lenormand. Now, I'm not going to be teaching courses on, for beginners. If you want a course for beginners, talk to Susie, talk to Emily. They all have, Susie and Emily both have tarot courses. And so they will teach you, everything you need to know if you're an absolute beginner. I want to teach what I really excel in teaching for divination is more of the advanced reading topics, and how I really enjoy, like if I had to sit there and teach tarot from the very beginning, I would probably just fall asleep and just like never wake up, because it bores me to no end. However, I really enjoy teaching the advanced topics, and I really enjoy doing reading demonstrations with you guys. So that's what you can see more of, more tarot card demonstrations, more Lenormand demonstrations on how to take your readings to the next level. And another thing that I'm going to be doing is we're going to be bringing back the podcast. So I started a podcast like 2 years ago, got sidetracked, was too busy for it, didn't have time for it. I'm going to be bringing back the podcast. It's going to be it's actually going to be a video cast. I'm going to be doing interviews in the new Profitable Psychic group. We've already got Marissa, Chelsea, and Susie lined up for that. And I'll be looking at, getting some more people. So if you are in the Market Yourself as a Tarot Life Coach program and you want to know how you can do collabs with me, so reach out to me and we'll get you scheduled. We'll get you on the books. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys will get to hear more about like the people that I really like, and so that the people I follow and the people that I think are like my favorite people in our industry, and I want to share their work, right? So in a nutshell, to leave this live stream off, to cap it at 1 hour, 2020 will bring more workshops, more opportunities to attend smaller life classes, the ability to work with me in the Market Yourself as a Spiritual Life Coach course, and more divination-based content. And I'm going to be looking into doing like more partnership deals and more lifestyle sponsorships with brands that I love and that I swear by. I'm also considering opening up another YouTube channel that's just going to be for like beauty and health and wellness and like everything that you need to kind of support yourself as you work from home. The angle is going to be people who work like health and wellness and beauty and things like that for people who work from home, and like some of the ways that we can keep ourselves sane, and how to take care of yourself and things like that. Because when you work from home, it's a little bit difficult to get into a good routine, but I want to help you guys with that because it's been a lot of trial and error for me, for sure. It's taken a long time. Catherine's really curious about the past life deck. Cool, cool. Hi, Paula. Yes, Susie has a really great one. Mario says, love the podcast. Thank you. Hey, Jane, good to see you. Pamela says, I have many people asking for advanced, and I want to teach that too instead of the basics over and over, that people can find everywhere. Yeah. Nicole says, Abundance 2020. Woot. Yeah. So without taking up any more of your time, I just want to thank you for joining me today. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for being a valued member of this community. I'm excited to enter 2020 with you. I know that we're in kind of a weird in-between state right now, but on the other side of that, I honestly see more purposeful content, more connection, and I see bonding with you guys on an individual level in a really healthy and good way that, and being that energy, being that person for you that I really want to be for you, that you can look forward to kind of getting that fix, that energy fix that you need to kind of go out there and conquer your own life and your own business. And from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank you for all of your support. You guys, you honestly mean the world to me. You really do. And you are the reason that I get out of bed every Monday morning and show up and do this crazy thing that I set out to do. And so I just appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in 2020.